Alright. Oh, excuse me. Here we are, live for the day. And, yeah, just logging onto the Twitch chat, of course. Else how will I be able to read what you say? And we'll be, doing some more Nightmare Dungeons once I've made sure the chat's connected. And, yeah, hopefully having a good time. If any cool events are up, there's a world boss. Nice.
Look. 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 Look.
Oh my god. This idiot's spamming a look. For God's sake, we can see it. There we go. Now we're live on the phone. Hey, finally, after about the 50th attempt, the phone appears to be on. Now, finally, hello. Right, so just quickly, I did change my boots over. I have a max of 8 charge boots, even if they're not totally the item level that I would have wanted, giving us extra armor and wolf form as well at the end. So that's 57% before I even start stacking up my hat effect for 45% more. The other items that we changed were, I now have a new weapon on. And I'm dealing the critical strikes with Shred, again, are dealing an AoE around me. And in order to get this on there, I had to get rid of the 40% additional damage with core skills based on your Fortify, which is incredibly painful. but I wasn't going to run without an AoE. Managed to snag some damage to poison enemies, core skill damage, and critical strike damage on this, along with some all stats, so that's fine. And finally, we replaced the ring that had 8 primary resource with a ring that had 10 primary resource when I dodge. And that's got some wonderful stats on it too. Resource generation, damage to injured enemies, huge amount of that. Lots of extra life. And physical damage was my reroll after a few attempts, so that was great too. I think the only other thing is that I had a green gem in here before giving me poison resist, but now I needed lightning resist to balance it all out. Seeing as we've got so much time, we scroll on down to my resists section. We can see that I have a spread from 42.7 all the way up to 54%. Which is quite good. Yeah, so everything else has ended up pretty nice here. Damage reduction from close, damage reduction from enemies that are poisoned, which hopefully is a lot of the time. While I'm under 35% health, I gain a further 27% damage resist. My overall dodge, you can see against close enemies, when you add in my just regular dodge chance, is 20%. So if I'm near things, I'm like not being hit by a fifth of all attacks, which is just fantastic. And nothing else expressly interesting in there. What about in the damage section? Tons of extra damage for the skill we're using the most. I'm trying getting rid of Claw, the generator, for the Poison Creeper again. You add the damage with Werewolf to damage while a Werewolf, that kind of adds up to a lot of extra damage. With the effect of extra damage to injured enemies, that I gained a massive amount on this ring, my damage to injured enemies below 35% health, that's starting to look real good. Some great opening damage as well, which is good because quite a lot of the time they don't have a poison on them when I do my opening damage. Damage versus close and all damage added together because we're trying to be close all the time. Whopping amounts of extra critical strike damage bonus. If you add the extra 60% on for if it's a 6th attack from my Keystone passive, that starts to look pretty big. Attack speed bonus goes up by more once I have got a critical strike with the core skill. So, in a rounded out way, that's looking more like 41%. If you take that 0.8% and round it up, once I've got a critical strike with a core skill. Which is pretty awesome. Didn't change any of the spirit boons. Like I said, I skimmed off some points, mainly the first one out of here and then 2 more elsewhere to take Poison Creeper. And then the extra 1 second of Immobilize on the Poison Creeper. And finally, the additional 20% crit chance against enemies that have been creepered. Which I think should work out quite well. He's hoping. Let's check the timer on... Nope, it doesn't appear above the head of the thing. It's here. Oh, still another 3.5 minutes, wow. Oh well, that's the game. It's not my fault. It's not making for a very interesting bit of recording. Well, I guess while I'm sitting here, I'll change my title. Do I have wolf? I do. Cool. Belligerent wolf. And bitter wolf. Cold-blooded wolf. A dogged wolf. Dogged. Yeah, yeah. Equipped wolf. I got some gear. Ah, oh, faithful wolf. Ferocious is a possibility. Frightening wolf. Oh my god, hungry wolf. Gonna click confirm on that. Laughing wolf. Oh, you need a middle name. Little red wolf. Quick wolf, that's kind of cool and rapid. Shifty wolf. Blinking wolf. Oh, cool! You can just be the wolf. Wicked wolf also isn't bad.